goes by. People always ask me why black holes. Listen up, baby girl, shit, I'm about to let you know why I always got a black holes. Whoa, 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 whoa. They talking shit up in my comments. Yeah, they don't know, but I'm about to block them. Cause every day, I block hoes. They be being shady, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cause you know I block hoes, baby. In different area codes, baby. You never know, but I block.
Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. What is up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in on this good old Wednesday, baby. Thank y'all for y'all patience. I was looking over these little receipts real quick, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we got some stuff to talk about, y'all. We gonna talk about it all because I'm confusion, okay? I'm real confusion. I know y'all probably confusion because ma'am, you was just trying to sell credit repair for 197 what 2 weeks ago, and now we get the whole BMW shabako, whatever you want to call it. So we gonna talk about it because I got questions, y'all. Like I'm real life. Like, I really have some questions. How is it that you're out here selling um Zoom classes for generational wealth? So I'm guessing you can only teach them how to get the money, but not keep it. Okay, that's what it is. Anyways, let me do my intro and we're gonna get into it because I got a whole lot of questions, y'all. Because I'm real confusion. Let me see who up in here. This is crazy, baby. I would have deleted that. I would have never posted that. You got people in the comments that's like, the troll's gonna say she couldn't afford it. Oh, I'm gonna say a whole lot more than that. Okay, let me do my intro real quick because I got a lot to say. Hey Miss Love Mail, hey Miss Jean, SC Island, Miss Betty, Michaela. We got my bro Terry. Shout out to you for the copyright and fair use. We got Sierra in the building, Sweet Queen, of course. Shout out to you. Thank you for holding on the chat, Miss Brenda. We got, hold up, let me see, Lolo. We got Miss Mary, Miss Fila, my girl, Queen Sag, Lisa. We got Latte, Infinity Lips and Lashes. Leah Rowe in the building. Who else? Aisha Bright, Miss Deborah R, Miss Vanessa. We got my varieties in the building, my Karen, Miss Yolanda White. We got, hold up, let me go down. All five of me. We got Miss Witty, Miss Sharon, Miss Darlene. A lot of y'all got the same name. I be getting confused, y'all. Hey, Miss Angela B. Who else? Who else in here with us? Miss Marlene, Sweetly Favor, K Monet, Scorpio Sings, Jazz in the building, my sis Nika, Denise, Lady Tam Tam, Beyond Compare and Creations. We got Pretty Green Eyes, my 2 cents. You say since I'm at work, but I had to say that Brie a whole scammer on these social media streets. Child, it's her trying to convince these people that she done got scammed. Now we might think of it as a scam because of the numbers, but I would like to call it real life situations. And when you're uneducated and you don't educate yourself, it's nobody's job to educate you on financial literacy. It's your job as an adult, right? So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it, y'all. Hey, Malibu Genies. Hey, Tequila. I hope I said that right. Shout out to you. That's a new name. Hey, Sid. Hey, Jana. Hey, Micheline. Hey, Spiritual Butterfly. Oh, this your first live? Okay. I hope you enjoyed the content, my girl. Hey, Yumika. Definitely scrambling. They better peep the play. Pay attention, baby. Pay attention. Hey, Miss Renee. Hey, Miss Ramona. Hey, Miss Angela Black Widow. Because who going a whole year without checking? Like, baby, I don't play about my coins. Who's going a whole year paying that much money? Because you had to be aware of what you would be paying monthly before you even left the dealership. We're going to talk about it, okay? Because you can fool the small minds. You can fool the small minds. Hey, Miss Janie. Hey, Miss Marlena. Hey, Granny of 8. What's up, my love? Hey, Miss Angelie. Let me see. I love you more, Miss Angelie. You say she can't afford it. She paying $2 grand slash a month. Not only can she not afford it, but her credit is listen, okay? Because ain't no way. Hey, Shan man. You say like there's no way anyone could convince me that she has a master's degree in anything. The fact that you say you have a master's degree and you put this on the internet. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this as a teaching moment without being petty, y'all. Even though y'all know when it's RH, baby, they coming with it. Okay, so I'ma still, but because of my morals and my integrity, I'ma still try to do this as a teaching, educational moment. But I got it to be just a tad bit petty, because she was real cool with people losing their jobs and all of that behind defending RH. So just a little bit of petty gonna come out of me. I can't help it. I can't help it. Hey, Miss Rebecca. No content, Sid. No content, girl. Hey, Miss Mabel. That's a new name. I never seen you before. Hey, Miss Karen. We got a lot of new people been coming through. Shout out to y'all. Hey, discussion board. Hey, Miss Nina. Hey, Alexis. Who am I? Shout out to you. Look at that little cute baby. Who else we got? Let me see. You see that thumbnail? Hey, Miss Tracy. She definitely lying. It's definitely some lies in the midst of that. Hey, Tashelle. Hey, Jeanette. Okay, let me see. You say this is my first live with you. Okay, look at y'all. Okay, shout out to y'all. I'm confused because what car is paid off and must be that white van. Life lesson for her. Hey, dreamy girl. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if she's still on it. I remember that they were trying to give it to Foot Meat. Back in the G when the court situation was going on with RH and Foot Meat, they was trying to give her that thing. So I don't know if she's still. I'm pretty sure she don't still have that. Hey, Mila. Hey, Jay. No, it's the fact. It's the fact her supporters are saying they can't relate. I know you lying. I know you lying. And I ain't saying that to say that they can relate. I'm saying that because that's a sub at her if they saying they can't relate. Hmm. But she the motion though. That's crazy. That's real crazy. Hey, Miss Rita. Hey, Scorpio Sting Snooki. We got Terry in the building. Let me see. Let me see. You said that thumbnail popped up and I was like, let's go break. Tashelle been in the saga. It's a lot of y'all recognize that y'all been in the saga since the beginning. Shout out to y'all. Hey, Nubian Queen. No, it's the fact she believes she been scammed and her supporters are saying they can relate. Oh, that's what you saying. And the crazy part is how you acknowledge that you've been scammed, but then a few seconds later in this very same video, you're saying that you also acknowledge that your payments was going towards the interest. Make it make sense. Which one were you scammed or were you paying towards the interest? Who in they? You know what? I ain't gonna say who in their right mind, but the fact that you didn't know that if you go purchase something with some bad credit and you don't know that your interest rate is gonna be through the roof. Like how are you even an adult? How have you even been getting by? They just be giving anybody money. Like, bruh, this is crazy. You mean to tell me you done had all these professional people around you, which is not their responsibility, one, because you a grown woman. You are a grown woman. It's up. That's why we go to school. But it's up to you to gather and collect all of the information that you can get to make sure you are educated moving forward throughout life. Like that is crazy to me. Wow. You know, y'all. Oh Lord. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna try to get through this without being so petty. Like it's real hard. Hey, Joe Esky. Let me get to the bottom of these comments first. Okay, we down there. We down there. Um, tell us you don't know how loans work without telling us. facts, facts, y'all. Because now we gotta go back a little bit. Now we gotta go back to the relationship with her and RH. We gotta go back just a little bit to give some a little bit of context, right? Hey, Miss Veronica. Um, if y'all would like to donate to me monetarily, you can cash at me $sign Lupac one. Also buy me a coffee. Shout out to all my coffee people. Shout out to my coffee people who bought me coffees yesterday while I wasn't live. It is greatly appreciated. You can also support the platform by getting a super chat or a super sticker. I do have a goal set, you guys. It's not mandatory, but it is greatly appreciated as it contributes to the revenue of this particular live stream. So big shout out to the ones who do contribute to the to the goal. If you can't, that I understand that also. Just please hit that like button because it is equivalent to contributing to the goal. Okay. Everything helps the platform. You can also support the platform by getting a membership. Shout out to all my members. We did a members only live 2 days ago, and we're gonna have another one coming soon because I got some stuff I want to talk about again, y'all. So we're gonna probably do another members live this week coming or maybe this weekend. Who knows? We'll see. But hit that like button. That's free 99, child. You can't beat free. And make sure y'all watching them ads because that's crucial. Got to watch them ads, or it's not. It's no point. If you ain't watching the ads, there's no point in us going live because that's how we get paid. Baby. But I love y'all anyways. Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk now. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. I was waiting on some receipts, but I haven't gotten them yet. Which they were, they wasn't really a part of this. It's kind of a part of the live, but not really. I was just gonna do my thing anyways. But hold on. What you say when you're trying to buy a home, that car payment stops a lot. All that is calculated when trying to obtain a house with a mortgage. Okay, let's go back just a little bit, y'all. I can't remember if um who remember? Let me say it like this: who remembers when her dad had to co-sign a vehicle for her? I don't remember if it was this car or if it was the one before that, the Mercedes. Who remembers? I think it was the Mercedes because if I'm not mistaken, I want to say with the BMW, she was bragging about being able to get it on her own. So I think it was the Mercedes that she had before the BMW that her dad had to co-sign for it. Well, the reason why I brought that up because that's one of the red flags that let you know that bad credit was in the midst of this whole situation, right? And the fact that you was paying $2 away from $2,000 a month for a pre-owned BMW is crazy work. Ain't no way HELL you was over there making 49. So you know what? I'm gonna run my video back when she was bragging about the money that she was making. We're gonna run that video back on this live. But you was literally it's no way in hell, y'all. And I come on, time, because I know I don't want to get demonetized for saying certain words. You gotta be at least 30 minutes in before you. But ain't no way you was making all that money a month and you don't own nothing. If you look at her comments, y'all, under this post, people are literally trying to tell her, drop a few gems here and there. Of course, unwanted opinions, some wanted, but she's it's like she's acting oblivious or lesson learned or now I know, or I'm like, this is the same person that was just trying to sell y'all generational wealth Zoom classes and credit repair. I'm confused. Like, what is going on? How are we doing? How are you promoting or selling a credit repair class and you don't even have basic knowledge when it comes to your credit? Make that make sense for me and us. You don't even have basic knowledge when it comes to your credit. I'm talking about the basic stuff. Not when it starts getting hard, when you start needing a financial advisor or just somebody that can literally fill you in or educate you about finances. I'm talking about basic knowledge, stuff you can literally look on Google for. You got 3 degrees, and I would say that you took some type of business class in the midst of uh management. You went to school. She said she went to school for healthcare management, y'all. I know there's a business class or a fine. It gotta be somewhere in the midst of that. Okay, ain't no way you got a master's degree and you passed honor roll. I'm so confused. Y'all know, for me to be um at a loss for words, that's rare. Like, that's rare, y'all, because I always got something to say. Like, I literally got the gift of gab. Okay. Uh, Baby, I just don't get it. Cash is king, but credit is power. And you know what? Let me say this, since I quoted that. I would take either or, right? But when you got both, that's a blessing. But if you got money, you got to know how to maneuver when you don't have good credit. But also, when you got money, it's a bonus because now you can pay people to fix your credit and even educate yourself. It like that. Anybody who's making that type of money a month, that should be an automatic. Basic literacy involving anything financial, because why wouldn't you want to educate yourself? That's how people go broke. That's how the rich go broke, right there. Ain't no way. And this is how you know that money then ran dry. Because while you got people over there saying, I bet you the troll saying she can't afford it. She can't. She can't. Because guess what? She told on herself. Anybody that get on a platform and say that they have been paying $2 away from $2,000 a month on a BMW and ain't logged in for a whole year, that's somebody who, in their mind, and I'm looking at it based off of everything she didn't put out here, how much she was making, how she been moving lately, how we know she's the money drying up, and all of that. I'm basing my opinion that I'm about to give now off of all of that context. That's how you know that that money then ran dry. Because if you ain't logged into that account, like she claimed, I'm not saying it's true, I'm saying what she said, in over a year, because she said she only been having it over a year. So that means you ain't logged into that account one time to check to see, baby, you mean that that tells me you felt like you had a bag and you didn't have to worry about nothing. That's what that tells me. What y'all think? That tells me that she felt like she was so good financially, because who in their right mind wouldn't log in to see where their money is going, especially that amount. And auto pay is not a flex. You don't even have to be rich to put your bills on auto pay. Like, I was confused with that too. That's not nothing to flex on. If anything, auto pay makes some things cheaper because you get a discount Well, I know for sure, like insurance, you get a discount if you put it on auto pay. It's basically saying, okay, I'm gonna pay it this time every month, but that ain't guarantee you're gonna have the money in the account for it to come out. But it's just the fact, like I'm not understanding. And when it comes to the whole scam situation, to say you've been scammed as if these people didn't tell you how much you were going to be paying a month before you even left the car dealership is crazy. You knew how much you was going to be paying, but you didn't care because at that point you was bringing in 49, 50K a month. So you didn't care about those payments. You felt like you can afford it at that time. But because the money ran dry, it's running dry, and the bag not bagging like it used to, now we scrambling and we checking everything. We seeing where our money going to. We seeing how much we got left. We seeing what we can stop payments on that we don't really need. That's what's going on. For the ones in the back that's saying, "Oh, watch patrol say she can't afford it." Baby, child, listen. I don't care if I could afford it. I wasn't paying it because it's not a scam. That's a ripoff. It's a difference to me. It's a difference between being scammed and ripped off. Do you hear me? Okay. And the fact that y'all coddling this grown woman who been coming on the internet, flexing, bragging about everything. And I want to say, I think she deleted that video that she did with her dad. It was with her cosign. I think she deleted that one. But the video where she was bragging on this car outside is still up. It's still up because I seen it last night because I was looking for it. Because if I'm not mistaken, she just came on YouTube Live the other day and said her vehicles was paid off. Hmm, that's interesting. That's interesting. You say I believe her video was strategically planned prior to the repossession of the vehicle. I believe that too, Shelly. I believe that too, and I'm just waiting on some receipts to validate it. That's what I was waiting on, to be honest, because it, something in the milk ain't clean, y'all. I feel like she tried to get ahead of it because she knew that the bloggers be watching everything, and she was trying to get ahead of it because she it's all about validation. Let me put this out here so it can seem like this is what happened, and I was getting scammed, so that they can't say, "Oh, her finances is running low," which we already know they are. Like that's obvious. You could tell. You could tell. But it's just real interesting how you trying to teach people about financial literacy and generational wealth, and you ain't even keeping account of your money. Y'all remember this lady showed us a 420K 1099 business from 2021 or 2022? She didn't made so much money on Facebook, she could have paid that car out. She could have bought 3, 4 BMW. Ain't no way in HELL I'm going to literally sit down and sign contracts paying that amount of money without reading the contracts or having my attorney read over them contracts. You have to, they sit down with you in an office when you purchasing a vehicle. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they tell you to read through the documents, whether it's a janky auto loan lender or not. You still, baby, ain't nobody finna rush me while I'm reading where my money going to. You done lost your mind. I don't care if it take us 3 days. Listen, I'm gonna take these home and I'll bring them back to you when I finish, okay? Because if I'm finna give you $2 away from 2 stacks a month, you best believe I'm reading all the fine print, all of it. Even if I have to screenshot it and put it through Google, baby, listen, ain't no way. It's no way. That's the type of moves that are made by people who feel like they got it like that. See, at that time and at that time when she went to get that vehicle, y'all, her bag was bagging, right? she was still making good money on Facebook and her platform. So she didn't feel like she had to do all that extra stuff. That's 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 one of the most ignorant moves to make when you start having money. Like you still gotta be smart about your finances and about just checking everything. Ain't it's no I cannot stress this enough. It's no way in HELL I'm gonna be letting that amount of money come out of my account and I'm not at least I need to know that y'all got it. At least. At least. Because when she first put that out here, I'm thinking that somebody, when she said she was scammed, I'm thinking somebody was intercepting her payments and the car dealership wasn't getting it, or the lender wasn't getting it. So I'm thinking, well, if the lender not getting the money, then they would have been picked the vehicle up. Then when I actually go to her video to listen, I'm like, oh, so she got ripped off. You ain't get scammed, you got ripped off. It's a difference, baby. It's a difference. But that's not on their body, that's on yours. Because it's up to you as an adult. You sign those contracts. And that's the part what these people in the comments that's literally enabling this and co-signing this. Oh, I'm getting ripped off too. No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop buying stuff y'all can't afford. One. And two, read that paperwork. We so busy wanting to stun on the next person to where we making dumb financial decisions. And you ain't getting ahead like that. You really setting yourself back. You really set yourself back. Because there's no way in hell that girl shouldn't have been able to buy a vehicle cash. And if you don't want to buy one, then you can lease. Because when you leasing, you ain't got to worry about all that interest and this and that. You can lease, and when you done leasing now, you can move on to the next child. As long as your money long enough for you to keep moving like that. Because that's what most celebrities do anyways. They be leasing these vehicles. They don't be buying them cars like that. They lease them. Because the value depreciates so quickly. That was crazy. But y'all want us to believe she the motion? How? I'm confused. I'm really confused. For you to be paying, child, what was her interest rate on that car, y'all? Because I don't want to say the wrong number. Somebody put in the comments what the interest rate was. But for you to be paying $2 away from $2K a month on a 2021, which is a 5-year old, or well, almost 5-year old BMW, your interest rate had to been through the roof, which automatically lets the smart people know, the educated, the people with common sense, that your credit score must have been shat. Okay? Because ain't no way. Now I'm not saying that I didn't see because they got people talking about if she definitely was scam if she was paying that much. No, her credit was some shat. That's what it was. She had dirt poor credit to be paying $2,000 a month on a vehicle that's 4 years old. And everybody that get foreigns know that when you buy a foreign, baby, you get it with no miles. You get it with no miles. I can only imagine how many miles it had being 4 years old. And you paying, and I seen the total for it with the interest was 100, look like 100, over 100K. Is you crazy? You could have got a brand new G Wagon for that price. You could have bought a house. Maybe not a house that you actually wanted, like a dream house, but you could have definitely bought a house for that price. Like, ain't no way she didn't see. Did you not, y'all? Her saying that she didn't know none of this is basically an admittance of guilt, like saying, I didn't read the paperwork. That's on her body. You can't blame these people because when you see a sucker lick it, ain't nobody finna turn away a fool. If you ain't gonna read what's in front of you, that's on your body. You can't blame the lender, the janky promoter, the janky car lender. You can't blame them for fooling the fool or getting the fool. Especially the fool who just trying to run out of there. Because you know a lot of times When we go in the car dealership, y'all know we be ready to get up out of there. Ain't nobody trying to read through that paperwork. I know I am. Because, baby, I don't play by my coins. Okay? Listen, I'm reading every document. And I ain't paying no 2K a month. That is crazy. Instead of people be in the comments educating her and telling her, like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? She up there talking about I done made some very dumb decisions when it come to money and da da da. Oh, now you want to say that. But you've been portraying yourself as this financial literate person trying to sell Zoom classes and all of that for the past few months. I wish I would. Now I ain't saying she can't teach you how to get to the bag, but she definitely can't teach you how to keep it. Okay? Can't teach you how to keep it. So cross out generational wealth because generational wealth includes keeping a bag, pushing it on to generations to come. So 28% interest, y'all. That is wow. That would have ran me clean out that deal. That would have ran me. I'd have been tripping on my own feet trying to get out of there. I'd be like, I'd have told them people, y'all got me up. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Oh, we gonna get into it, Giselle. We gonna get into it because I feel like rubbing it in is needed because she have no issue coming on here. You had the nerve to show your ex-husband's bank records. Like, why didn't my question is, y'all, making that type of money, why didn't she purchase the vehicle? I don't know if people think that I don't know. Oh, child, it's hard for me to put this in words. But why wouldn't you buy it out? Did they not inform you that you pay a flat rate when you purchase the vehicle cash, opposed to financing it? Especially when anybody with some sense knows that when your credit is bad, if you ain't got the money to buy, you don't need to be buying. Go work on your credit, then come back. Because if not, you gonna get got and you got ripped off. That's it. And I think that she been gave that vehicle back. I don't think that happened yesterday. I think she been gave it back because a little birdie told me that on the paperwork it says something about the payments been stopped since September of 2024. So I don't know, y'all. I'm waiting to verify that. So don't quote that. I'm waiting to verify that. I'm waiting on the paperwork. But I'm confused. I'm real confused. Hold on, y'all, because my phone going crazy. Oh Lord, we got some bad weather coming. Oh shoot. Ah, I forgot. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. My doggone esthetician just messaged me. And I forgot to dang, hold on, y'all. Hold on, because I gotta get my facial Friday. Give me a second, y'all. Text her back. I be doing too much at one time. Thank you, Miss Angela B. Thank you for that cash app blessing, my love. I appreciate you. How did I? Okay, this is why I need to slow down. And I need that facial, baby. Cause them sun, that sun. Oh my God, no! Hold on, y'all. I'm coming. Okay, I'm gonna just have to message her back whenever I finish too. Yeah, she's going out of town on trips. That's what I don't understand. Like we just blowing it, ain't we? Like we just blowing it all. To be that financially irresponsible is crazy. You got the crazy part is, so we gonna act like we ain't seen this girl buying this wide nostril Ninja Turtle 30K chain, crashing out behind 10K rings. We done seen the Wells Fargo situation came out here. All of this. While y'all talking about why they say she can't afford it. Child, y'all better pay attention. Y'all be letting the fool, you know what? The fool leading the fool. That's what it is. Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way. Okay, the morning is hold on, y'all. She gonna squeeze me in. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Um, thank you, Shari. Thank you for that cash app blessing, my love. My bad, y'all. My phone be going crazy. Okay, don't get mad at me. Hey, corporate thug Mika. Hey, my love. So I just don't understand it, y'all. It's no way. Like it's no way. How like how you don't own nothing though? What did you do with that 420K? What did she do with that? I'm confused. Like you, who wouldn't want to try to buy something or invest somewhere? I bet y'all money that this girl ain't got no money saved for no college funds for them cheering. She ain't got child. She probably don't even have insurance because if you making these type of financial decisions, there's no way you got life insurance. There's no way you got college funds, savings, all of that. If you making these type of financial decisions, if it's that easy for somebody to take your money, well, you voluntarily giving it because that's what it really is. They didn't take your money. You was made aware, and let's not act like when we go in to purchase a vehicle, let's not act like they don't tell us how much we're gonna be paying monthly. Because that's one thing they will tell you verbally. Now they might not tell you the interest rate sometimes, but it's up to you. It's still not their fault at the end of the day because it's up to you to read that paperwork. Why wouldn't you want to read what you're signing? Especially when it comes to your coins, baby. People work hard for their coins. But clearly she don't because it's no way. It's no way. That's somebody who don't value their money. While we over there talking about I'm at a point in my life where I can finally, put everything on auto pay. And I was real proud. Girl, what? Hey, Cassie 66, thank you for my Starbucks blessing, my love. I just seen you sit there. Shout out to you. Y'all know I love me some coffee. Okay? I drink coffee every day. I need to stop though. Because it ain't good. But I listen, I be running, y'all. So I gotta have my little coffee. But it's no way, y'all. It's no wasn't it correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't she do a video with her oldest son in the car and it might still be on her page? Wasn't she talking to him about financial literacy or something like that? I could if I correct me if I'm wrong, I could be mistaken, but I remember her having a talk with her son in the car. It was about something. Was it about financial literacy or what, y'all? Somebody let me know in the comments. Hey, Real Talk with Pratt. What's up, bro? You say it's a hood mentality, Lupac. She too busy trying to shine and stun for the internet. Wait, dang, the time is going fast. Uh, Buying friendship, relationships, etc. Facts, facts. That's exactly what it is, and they don't see that. That's exactly what it is. Stunting to it's all about validation. It's all about having a certain look on the internet. Going on these trips you can't really afford. Buying this man. How you split? First of all, I wish I would cash out on a ninja before I cash out for me and my chin. Is you crazy? How can you even buy him 30K this, 10K that, and you don't own nothing? It's no way. Baby, I want all of it back. Let me get that. Let me get that up out you. It's no way in HELL you can be cashing out on this man. You doing it backwards. You doing it backwards. If that's the case, you should be cashing out on yourself and leasing and renting stuff for him. Okay? Because he's temporary anyways. Because it's given when the money gone, he is too. That's what it's given. Because while you out here fighting for your life, he over there talking in third person and don't want no parts of this social media foolishness. That man is over there acting like he got management talking for him on that page. Child, you ain't doing nothing but some country Wayne skits. That's it. And you ain't got time to post on Facebook? Who you fooling? Who you fooling? Janelle say, baby, I listen, I'ma holler at you. Call me when it's when the fire is low. Call me when you know it's cool to come back outside. That's what that man said. The CCs put their foot on his neck. He started talking in third. He started talking in third person, y'all. He say, "How do y'all like Janelle in the Country Wayne skit so far?" I'm so weak. I said, "Oh my God, I know he lied. If you all go sit down, dude, you are not that important." Janelle said, "I don't want no parts of that fire, that heat, baby." And they still on his neck. They still on his neck, baby. But that ain't nothing but karma, y'all. That ain't nothing but karma. At the end of the day, and she might not acknowledge it as karma, but it is. Everything she's going through right now. I will say I don't believe in a Bruce being karma. I won't say that her going through a Bruce with Janashas is karma, even though I believe they're both abusive to each other. I think that's what it is. I won't just put it on him. She's not I don't think she's a victim in this situation. I think that after hearing that audio where it was said she put hands on him, she cussed his call his mama this and that. I don't believe, I don't, and even seeing the audios between her and RH where she do something, throwing Gatorade on him and flipping his hat off. You can't make me believe that's a victim. I'm sorry. Like she gonna get down with you. She gonna get down with a ninja. That's it. When it get a little heated, baby, she ready to throw bows on a man. That's what it gives. She gives that type of personality. And she's fooling the internet. And she try to act like she's serious about DV when she needs sympathy or when she wants to use that card because she know that that's one of those topics where it's gonna get a lot of outrage. It's gonna garner a lot of sympathy, views, sympathy views, and clicks and stuff like that. She know exactly what she be doing. Hey, Cree, what's up, my love? Queen Money Skull Gang in the building. Um, what was I saying, y'all? Yeah, she know exactly what she be doing. I went back and I watched. If y'all remember, she did. She had started doing episodes on her YouTube. I think last year maybe, and she did an episode with her first baby daddy, and it was something about co-parenting, healthy co-parenting, whatever, whatever, right? And one of the things that was said was, um, let me let y'all hear. Hold on, because I screen recorded that part. Let me see which one it is first. She basically told on herself. Hold on, y'all. Let me find that one. Okay, y'all listen to this right quick.
You don't feel as though you're difficult as far as like me seeing my children at all, you know?
Do you feel like I'm difficult at all?
So let me just tell y'all the context. So the question was on that episode. I don't know if she was reading questions out the chat or what, but I think she was at the end. So somebody in the comments asked her baby daddy was Laonya, excuse me, difficult at any point in time throughout y'all co-parenting situation or whatever. Like, was she ever difficult or gave you problems? We know when it comes to the kids. So this was his response. Watch.
You don't feel as though you're difficult as far as like me seeing my children at all, you know?
Do you feel like I'm difficult at all?
Nah, not now, not now.
Not now. No, when he say not now, he's saying, okay, so when we separated, he moved on to another relationship, and I thought it was too soon. So that's what he's talking about. We had issues there because I was like, damn, Sean, that was fast. But that's that.
Wait, it was another one too, y'all. That wasn't even the one. But notice how, and shout out to my sis Tamika Wooder, because she was in the comments talking about, wait, what she say? Hold on, let me find it. She said, where's her comment? Hold on, y'all. Hey, where's that comment? Because they caught her on the screen. Hold on. She said, move on quick like you did, question mark. And she kept pinning and unpinning the comment. I was laughing so hard when I was watching that last night. But so she basically saying that she was difficult. That's why she stressed this. She said it at the end after he finished. She was like, you don't feel like I was difficult at all. And she said when he said not now, he's meaning back when we first broke up, I felt like he moved on too fast. And I said that was kind of disrespectful because mind you, his wife is in the background. You can see he's constantly looking over talking to somebody. And it's a lot of things that was said throughout the interview where he was trying to avoid or not speak on. And Laonya was saying, because somebody was like, how is y'all friendship now as co-parents? And she was like, oh, we good, but he be getting on my nerves because he always calling me trying to act like he my daddy when he sees something on social media. And I'm like, how you know that man wanted his wife to hear that? I'm like, so I feel like it was certain things she was saying on purpose because she knew his wife was in the background. But it was another part where uh they spoke on, people kept asking him about the past, like what happened between them before they got to that point. And she was like, we're not speaking on the past. We apologize. He apologized, took accountability. So we're not gonna speak on what happened in the past. No, no. People still speaking on the past now. Why not say what this man did? You had no problem saying what he did when you was on TikTok. Hmm. Hmm. But let me find that other clip because it's another one I wanted y'all to hear where he says something about her behavior or something. I think she said, hold on. Okay, y'all listen to this one.
I feel like once you really get over hurt, there's really nothing that can stop you from co-parenting.
Right.
Nothing. Absolutely
Hmm.
nothing should stop you from co-parenting. But if you still hurt from the situation, you're not gonna
Listen,
ever be able to be where we are.
Yeah.
make that make sense. She said, once you get over the hurt, there is nothing that can stop you from co-parenting. And she said, once you get over it, she said, wait, hold on, let me run it back. Basically saying it's basically giving hypocrisy, y'all. It's speaking to what's going on now, and it's showing that apparently you still hurt by RH because why are you giving this man problems? You said it yourself that once you got over that hurt, when it came to your first baby daddy, nothing could stop y'all from co-parenting, and y'all in a good space. And the thing is nobody that's saying that y'all not in a good space. What people are saying is that y'all not telling the complete truth. Y'all trying to act like y'all always been good. Or RH was just some pushover, some jealous, envious stepdaddy that didn't want this man to see his kids. Like he stopped him from seeing his children. Child by. That's what people got a problem with. It don't have nothing to do with y'all wanting to be good co-parents or whatever. It was another one too, but I can't find it. It's probably in one of these longer clips, but I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it on here or whatever. But what was I gonna say, y'all? Oh, let me read this to y'all because this was in her comments about the little BMW situation, and it shows that okay. So a lady said, "Let me see. Hold on. Let me find it." So a lady commented under her post, y'all, and said, "Girl, nobody explained to you how interest works when you're getting a car? Question mark. It's obvious. It's obviously depending on the type of loan that you got. But a lot of these auto loans, you're paying the interest first, and then you pay the car. Duh. I mean, I don't understand how she didn't know that. Talking about nobody told you. It ain't up to nobody to tell you. You're supposed to educate yourself. If you would have been asking questions instead of trying to hurry up and get out of there with the car, you would have known. And clearly, she didn't. It's given she ain't putting hardly no money down because, baby, that was high. That was high. And if she could have still put a good chunk of change down, it still would have been high because her credit was so bad. So the lady says, it's obviously depending on the type of loan that you got, but a lot of these auto loans, you're paying the interest first and then you pay the car. Also, you can't just return cars. I would really get with a financial advisor so they can start explaining all of this to you. Baby, it's too late. That bag that ran out. It's too late. You should have got with a financial advisor back in 2017. Especially if you're making more money now, because that's how a lot of people who start making a lot of money end up broke anyways. And it's part of the system designed for us to fall prey to. So the lady told her that. This what Lanya said. Nope, nobody explained lesson learned. That's not their job. You're not in school no more, ma'am. You're in adulthood. It's up to you to educate yourself on financial literacy, unless you're gonna go hire a financial advisor, which I think you should have knew to do once you started making money. Your management didn't tell you that. I'm confused. You would think KT management would have told her, okay, now you making this type of money, you need to bring somebody in that's going to advise you financially so you don't make bad decisions. But I mean, we all know she do what she want at the end of the day. That's her mentality. That's her attitude. She don't listen to nobody anyway. That's crazy. That's the first thing that's what they advise people who win the lottery. That's the first thing they tell them to do is get a financial advisor and an accountant, somebody that, trustworthy, accredited accountant that can handle their finances and investments so they don't go broke. You was making a lot of money. At one point, she had became a millionaire, y'all. She done made over a million in her little time frame as a public figure, as an influencer. She done made it. If she made 420K, that's almost half a mil in 2022 or 2021. You know she done made it to the milli and blew through it. Nothing to show for it. I would be sick to my stomach if I had all that money, was making all that money on social media, and don't have not nothing to show for it. Basically having to start all over and go back to square eight. You know how many people wish they can make that type of money in a month, or come into that type of money to build a generational wealth, or have something that they own that they can give over to their kids and grandkids. You know how many people wish for that? That's why people work and save and invest. The ones who ain't making that type of money, that's why they do that. And you had that at your fingertips. And now you don't have nothing that you can give to your kids. You're not running none of your businesses. A more boutique is not here. The skincare line is gone. What else? The books been sold out for years now. All other stuff you name, what Real Mother Gang, that's all come from the truth. You don't sell the wigs no more. All you holding on to is these platforms, and the biggest one you got, y'all not even getting paid off for live stream. And there's nothing to show for all of that money. But that's why they say when you dig one ditch, you gotta dig two. Because you dug one for your ex-husband, but you is giving you feeling it more than him. Because RH a hustler. He might be down right now, but that man gonna come back. Watch what I tell y'all. Long as he keep God first and stay true to himself, and he ain't out here just doing people dirty, he's gonna come back. Whether it be social media or a totally different hustle. But her, on the other hand, when you do people dirty just based off of malice, and because you hurt, you bitter, and you scorn, if you felt like your husband wronged you, you should have took it up with God and let God handle your lightweight. That's how you move to keep karma off your back. But no, you wanted to take that vengeance into your own hands. You dug that ditch, and now you done fell it. And can't nobody tell me she's not going through karma right now. I won't say whatever her and Janasha's got going on is karma, and I'm only referring to the Bruce situation. Now, him using her for her coins, that's definitely a part of karma. Why she sit up there and say her ex-husband ain't never did nothing for her? Baby, he set the play in motion. You just had to go through with it. See it through. You just had to build off of what he had. You just had to build off of the foundation that he established. And you couldn't even do that. Because you didn't have the right intention. It's like biting the hand that feeds you. Playing off of somebody else's blessing. He brought you on to his blessing. Shout out to T Preacher. Because she dropped that gem and people still quote. That man gave you a portion of his blessing that God gave him, and you misused it. But you can't keep nothing that's not meant for you. And that's why it's not working out for her no more. Slowly but surely, she's losing everything RH helped her to establish. Shout out to y'all for the super chat blessings. I will read them at the end, y'all, so I don't fall off track. Okay? Big shout out to y'all for that. I am greatly appreciative. Thank you to the ones who's helping me try to reach my little goal, y'all. If you can't help with the super chat goal, please hit that like button and run them lights up to keep me in that algorithm, baby. Okay? Listen. But you can't keep something that's not meant for you, especially when you out here. She went so hard at bragging and not being non-humble, playing in people's face. She went so hard at that she didn't even realize it was slowly but surely slipping from under her. Think about it, y'all. She was so focused on taking the ex-husband down that she didn't even realize she was losing. She was losing what she had. That's what you call karma. When your eyes are so focused on hate and rage and malice and all of that, you can't see the bigger picture. She could have gave that man his props for helping to create generational wealth for her and her kids and kept it pushing. And nobody would be even talking about it. We ain't married no more. We had a toxic marriage, y'all. We tried. We even tried to rekindle it, didn't work. And now we just doing what's best for the children. Keep it pushing. And it'd have been done deal, done data. Nothing left to see. But no, we had to keep coming out here because we wasn't being believed. The narratives and the most, I mean, the plots that were being portrayed wasn't being believed. So we're gonna keep pushing the goalposts. We're gonna keep saying, well, if y'all don't believe this, then this happened. And if y'all don't believe that, then this happened. And that's how it happened. I know, Mr. Reese, and I was trying to get somebody to get me that clip, but nobody had it. If anybody got the clip where she said that it was the vehicle was paid off, send it to my inbox. Send it to me inbox. Um, Thank you again, Queen Money Skull Gang, my love. And whoever else sent me a super, I appreciate you guys to the fullest. Y'all just don't know. Wait, hold on. Let me see what we got, y'all. Okay, look at my source. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so this is the clip. Thank you, my Karen. Love you. This is the clip, y'all, because y'all remember I just said where she had did a video where she was talking to her oldest son about financial literacy or generational wealth, something like that. So shout out to my source for sending it to me. Now y'all listen. She was in the car with her son, going somewhere. Let's listen.
They have said got my oldest with me because he is going to take the baton and he's going to do better than his mama because he know his mama the goat already, but he going to learn some things from his mama today. This is the first time he has been on set with me outside of the house. And
the goat meaning the most gullible of all time.
So I want him to see how it works so that he could take the baton and do better than me because y'all know these children are advancing real quick. Okay, real quick, and they learn it better than you. Some of them can teach you how to use your phone more than you can. But anyways, Josh, I want to teach you when you buy a car, it loses value once it leaves. But if you invest in stocks, if you invest in property, if you invest,
so that's why you didn't buy a car, because it loses value once it leaves. Think about let's get on that just a little bit, y'all, before we finish playing. Because I didn't realize she said that. So she told her son, when you buy a car, it loses value once it leaves, right? That is true. Hey Shay, what's up, my love? That is true, y'all. But when you put it on a scale, right? And we doing what's more beneficial to us and our finance? Would you much rather purchasing a car for price value, let's say 43,000, right? Or would you much rather uh financing a car and with bad credit at a 28 or 29% interest rate, right? Where in the end you end up paying 108,000. Which one would y'all much rather? Let me know. Would y'all? I'll take the first one for 800, Alex. Think about it. That's not the type of advice you give, ma'am. If anything, she should have said you have a better chance at leasing a vehicle. But you did the exact opposite. So you really didn't pick the better choice. You didn't pick the fact that you know that a car depreciates in value, but you didn't know nothing about all of this that you're going through right now is crazy. So you just speaking just to be speaking. Like that she giving advice on stuff she don't even know about. That's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. Even her in her comments telling these people, well, now I know and nobody told me. What? The fact that you're an adult and you even making those type of comments is crazy because it wasn't their job to tell you. It's your job as an adult to educate yourself, especially when it comes to your money, your bag. Baby, we in a recession, okay? Times you see what Donald Trump out here doing in my Shamar voice? You see what he out here doing? Him and Elon Musk. Do you see what they out here doing? China going crazy. Like they're gonna have us at war. Do you not see what's going on? While you over there wasting your money? Which you got entirely too many children to be out here paying $2,000 a month for a used BMW. Girl. And then to even see, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I'm not believing that this the very first time this girl then logged into that payment account since last year. She said she got that car back in February. We are in, you could say May. May is tomorrow. So that means you've been having that car almost a year and a half, right? And you trying to tell us you didn't log into that payment account or that payment app, not one time. You didn't log into that app not one time after having that car for almost a year and a half, paying $2 away from $2,000 a month. You ain't logging not one time up until now. I'm not believing that, y'all. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think she been checked that out because the finances been started dwindling down. Now it ain't just started. They been started dwindling down. Back when she downgraded from that big old house that would fit her and all her kids to that 3-bedroom townhouse or apartment, whatever she's in. I think that's when her finances really started dwindling down, when she downsized. And that's when she started, being real scramming, like they say, about her finances. It ain't just happened. It ain't just no, oh, I'm just seeing they scammed me. Girl, how? Who in their right mind really don't check where their money is going to? You was that trusting of a janky lender to where you didn't log in not one time to make sure the money was going where it's supposed to? And I'm not even talking about interest and principal. I'm talking about just going to the right place as far as the lender. That's what I'm talking about. It ain't making sense. Thank you, Yumika, my love. I appreciate you. Wait, why it say 5 and 6? I'm confused. Why it look like that? Like something ain't making sense, y'all. Let me go down. Hey, True Slayer. Wait, what? You say, hey, Lupac, the crazy part about this car situation is that she has been talking about someone getting evicted for several weeks. Now, here she is downplaying her part as always. Yep. That's why she came out here with this story, because she been talking cash money ish about evictions and people not being able to pay their bills and this and that. And here you are. Let me try to get ahead of it so they don't think I can't pay my bill. Girl, you ain't fooling nobody. We ain't the ones out here acting like our ish don't stink or acting like we millionaires or we rich. We ain't out here flexing. We regular people, okay? We are regular people. You the one been out here doing your business. While you talking about other people evictions and stuff, which I don't know who she's talking about because I ain't never had an eviction, baby. Okay, never, not ever. The scamming money she took Clonel on vacation with. Wait, say we jealous. Meanwhile, the BMW isn't even paid for. Child, you're welcome. Hopefully, I did it right. I don't know why it say that. It say $5 on the side, but then it say $10 under it. So I don't know why. Let me look. Let me look and see. Hold on. I don't know. Unless you was wait, you was trying to send 5, because I don't know why. Unless you type that in, but it looked like it's a super sticker and not a super chat. I don't know. I don't know how they go, y'all. Thank you, my Karen. Thank you, my love. You say keep coming with the tea and the receipts, baby. I love you, my girl. Thank you for your support. Let's finish playing this, y'all, because I'm interested to see what else she has to say to her son. Let me run it back a little bit.
And he's gonna do better than his mama because he know his mama the goat already. But he gonna learn some things from his mama today. This is the first time he has been on set with me outside of the house, and so I want him to see how it works so that he could take the baton and do better than me. Because y'all know these children are advancing real quick, okay, real quick, and they learn it better than you. Some of them can teach you how to use your phone more than you can. But anyways, Josh, I want to teach you when you buy a car, it loses value once it leaves. But if you invest in stocks, if you invest in property, if you invest in land,
And ain't got
you
none of
recoup
that.
your money back. Because if you buy a home, increases its value, you can make more money than when you first bought the property. So, sign up.
Child, bruh, I know she lying. You could tell she don't even know what she talking about. You can tell she does not know exactly. They better pay attention. What y'all think that GoFundMe is for? Y'all really think that GoFundMe is for legal expenses when people got freedom of speech? That girl know doggone well she cannot stop nobody from talking on the internet. Period. Period. Ain't nobody harassing her. Ain't nobody checking for her, reaching out to her, or any of those things. And I'm telling y'all this based on stuff I know behind the scenes as well. She knows that. That GoFundMe is not for no legal fees, baby. It ain't. Play if y'all want to, but them people ain't crazy. That's why ain't too many donating to. That's why over 5 million followers collectively, and what 30 something people donated last time I checked. I don't know if it moved up a little bit now, but last time I checked, last time it was sent to me, it was only like 30 something people that donated to it. Them people ain't crazy, y'all. Trust the plus. But it's her talking about things that she don't even do. How you telling your son about what can depreciate, about land and buying a house, and you don't own a house, you don't own a vehicle, you don't own no land. Like, you don't even practice what you preach. This is what I mean by certain people do not need to be influenced. Because you got to practice what you preach when you influence people. You don't have none of that. And imagine when the babies gonna get older and they gonna actually realize and know that mommy made all this money and ain't got nothing to show for it. Couldn't pass us down nothing. That is some crazy work.
I hope that you learn from your mother to.
Let's go back.
If you invest in land, you will recoup your money back. Because if you buy a home, increases its value, you can make more money than when you first bought the property. So, sign up.
That didn't even make sense. What did she say, y'all? She said, wait, hold on. Thank you, True Slayer, for that cash app blessing, my love. She said, nothing what she just said made sense. She said when you buy land, let's run it back. Tell me if that made sense to y'all what she just said.
You invest in property, if you invest in land, you will recoup your money back. Because if you buy a home, increases its value.
If you invest in land and property, and if you buy a home, you recoup your money back because it increases in value. Did that make sense to y'all? I'm confused. I don't know, child. I don't know. I don't know. That didn't make sense. That didn't make. Now it is good to own property, even though you gotta pay property taxes and all that. Because I own property, so I know. Trust me. I pay every year, once a year, and them taxes. Listen, they ain't no joke, baby. But I don't understand what she's not making any sense. You saying that as if it's gold, but you not even doing it. When have you invested in property? And she should have. That's one of the first things I would have did if I was making that type of money. I guarantee you, if I was making 49 stacks a month, every time I got that check, baby, first of all, I would have went and got my real estate license just to educate myself on real estate. And every time I would have got that money, I would have went look for property that they are selling on the auction for real cheap That way I could try to do some flipping type stuff. That's what she should have did. You was making entirely too much money. You ain't our age. Bro, I gotta get on you too. Because you blew a bag too. You blew a bag too. And I know you feeling it. So I ain't gonna get on you too much because you wasn't out here doing the most like her. You wasn't doing like her. You ain't come out here and expose everything about her like she did you. Okay? So I'm gonna cut you some slack. But that was a lot of money. That was a lot of money. Ain't no way. 49,000, 70,000. Like this girl showed a 420K W9, not W9, child. 1099 business from 2021, 2022, and you don't have nothing to show for it. That is crazy, y'all. Imagine the money that she blew on renting these houses. Because this girl was getting 6, 7, 8 bedroom houses in Georgia for $6,000 to $8,000 a month or whatever it was. If I can recall, just in the midst of her and RH separating, this girl didn't move about 5 or 6 times. Don't quote me. Because I remember her moving early on in the saga 3 times back to back. 3 times back to back just in the beginning. So she didn't move about 4 or 5 times since the saga been going on. That is crazy. So we could say, hey y'all, this girl's an idiot. I called OnlyFans about 2 years ago. I promise you, she should have been did it if she was smart. I'd have been did it, okay? At least showing some toes. Child. Okay. Let's see.
Could make more money than when you first bought the property. So, son, I hope that you learn from your mother to never spend through your money like water, okay? Always take your time and think before you make purchases. You don't want to buy something that loses.
I know she lied. She just told him, I hope you learn from your mother to never spend through your money like water. When here we are, where you are literally admitting, I'm going to make a video for y'all. I got to. That's to. You are literally admitting to making bad financial decisions. This how you know it's all cap. The info she put out on her platform, she don't even know what she be talking about. Ain't no way you telling this baby to learn from you. Do the complete opposite, baby. Please. Please.
Because if you buy a home, increases its value, you can make more money than when you first bought the property. So,
True Slayer, this is from when you remember when she first put those finger waves in her hair when she cut her hair? That's when she made this video.
son, I hope that you learn from your mother to never spend through your money like water. Okay? Always take your time and think before you make purchases. You don't want to buy something that loses value. And once you leave, like jewelry, shoes, clothes, once you leave that store with that stuff, it doesn't increase value. It loses its value. And there's nothing you can do to get that money back or double or triple what you bought. You know? So,
well, why you bought Janelle a 10K ring, 30K pendant chain? Why did you buy him that? And then you posted it on the internet. I'm confused. Then you bought him a smaller one. He didn't want the smaller chain. You started wearing it, and you went get him the bigger one. You do know that your baby's gonna see all of this content one day. They're gonna see that. Y'all been posting all of the flexing and everything all over the internet. I am so child. Listen, she's literally contradicted her own self. What she been doing? It ain't no surprise.
shoes, clothes. Once you leave that store with that stuff, it doesn't increase value. It loses its value. And there's nothing you can do to get that money back or double or triple what you bought. You know? So I just hope that you are learning from your mom. And I love you. So what you think? Your first day on set with me.
It was fun.
It was lit. Oh my God. Was it some acting? Okay. Because your mama was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. What? But that was fun. I had a wonderful day. What did you take from today?
You can do anything that you put your mind to.
Easy money.
Lord have mercy. Yo, this don't make no sense. This don't make no sense, y'all. Like, this is sad. This is really sad. So let's get back to these comments. So I just read to y'all that, right? So another lady commented and said, it's not a scam. You must don't know about interest and that half of that payment goes to interest. You would need to make more than the car payment monthly to see a decrease, right? So of course you got her enablers commenting, yes, it's a scam. Yes, it's a scam. It's too much, right? The fact that y'all saying that, but y'all don't how do y'all not know that when you go to purchase a vehicle, whether you finance, well, definitely financing it, they're going to tell you how much you're going to be paying monthly. You don't leave out of that dealership without knowing how much your monthly notes will be. Also, how long you're going to be paying on it. They explain all of that to you when you sit down with the paperwork to sign the contract. And you're not supposed to sign unless you understand everything. Make it make sense. So to call this a scam when she voluntarily signed those contracts, knowing she was, but you see, she thought it was all good. Oh, I'm paying this much. I'm gonna assume I'm almost be done. But not knowing that if your credit is that bad, that interest rate is going to be through the roof. How does she not know that? But you out here, quote unquote, teaching people about generational wealth and finances, and you got 3 degrees and like what? But you don't even know to read legal documents, binding documents, contractual documents that you sign. That's kitty stuff. You've been an adult baby for a while now. Child. So when the lady told her it's not a scam or whatever, she responds, y'all, and says, it's a scam if no one told you that info. So um, they definitely told you how much you were going to be paying. You acknowledged that. She acknowledged that she was going to be paying. She knew she was going to be paying $19.98 a month. And she said, because she even said in her video, and we're going to play her video, she said, I know, how dumb was I, right? So that's her acknowledging that she knew she was paying that much. But when it comes to the interest, they do explain. I've never been in a dealership where they don't explain to you, the important stuff like your interest rate. Now they're not gonna sit there and read out the documents. That's up to you. They gonna basically summarize what each page is about as you sign or put your initials. That's what they do. It's up to you to read through, especially with the fact that you don't know as an adult that when you got bad credit, your interest rate gonna be high on whatever you try to purchase. That's basic knowledge, basic adulthood knowledge. Like you don't even need to go to school to know that if you have bad credit, you're like you ain't you have you not even been around people who talk about how important credit is, and especially if you're trying to purchase something? Like, have you not even just been around those conversations? You done been around so many people. It just because they didn't make you aware that most of the money will be going to the interest initially That's common knowledge also. That don't make it a scam. And if you feel like it is, sue them. If that's a scam, because you telling people that's a scam, then you should have a court case, right? Right? She should have a court case, y'all. If she feel like she been scammed, even though I say you've been ripped off, it's a difference. If you feel that was the fact that you acknowledge that that was a dumb decision on your part, it lets me know that you knew what was going on. That's why we're gonna run this video, y'all. She knew exactly what was going on because she acknowledged it. She acknowledged that it was dumb and she made bad financial decisions. Peep the play, pay attention to the context. So let me run it back what the lady said. The lady said, it's not a scam. You must don't know about interest and that half of that payment goes to interest. You would need to make more than the car payment monthly to see a decrease, right? So she responds and say, it's a scam if no one told you that info. So the lady said, what would one need to tell you? Question mark. You didn't know that a car note has interest and that your payment is split for interest and principal? Like, come on now. This is when we out here just buying stuff for show. This is the only lady that I've seen her really told her like it is. Instead of enabling and oh, let me jump on the bandwagon and say, I've been scammed too. So she responds again and say, my other car is almost paid off. Baby, that's not the same thing. That's two different vehicles, two different brands, two different banks. How is that even relevant to what y'all talking about? Your other car almost paid off. What that got to do with anything? She's saying it as if it changes something. Like, okay, your other car almost paid off. Okay. For all we know, you could have went off for your daddy. Your daddy could have co-signed for the other car. Because he did co-sign for the Mercedes, if I'm not mistaken. I remember him being there signing the paperwork. She deleted that video. I'm not like, what does your other car being almost paid off, which I think is a Kia, if I'm not mistaken, y'all don't quote me, but it ain't nowhere near a BMW. It's nowhere near that. So what does that one almost being paid off have to do with this situation? Because I'm pretty sure the prices were nowhere near the same. The soul of a woman. What's up, my love? Shout out to you. You missed a good about an hour and 30 minutes. We've been on for a little while. I don't get it, y'all. Like, what does that have to do with anything if it's almost paid off? It just shows that clearly you got a better deal with the other vehicle than you did with this one. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. She didn't read the fine prints about interest rates. Facts. But my question is how you didn't know that? Because y'all, we all know that when you sit down, she was so excited to get that BMW, she probably wasn't even listening to them people. She was only worried about taking that car up out of them. That's it. That's how you know, because girl, the fact that you was paying $19.98 a month for that car is crazy. That's crazy. So, in my opinion, when them people was explaining them documents, summarizing them documents to her, and told her to read over the interest rates, she didn't care. That's what I feel like. I feel like she didn't care because at that time her bag was still bagging, and she didn't care about what's going to interest and what's going to principal. But now that the bag is not bagging, now we checking everything that's being automatically drafted. We checking it now, baby. We checking everything because the money ain't moneying like it used to. So now we need to know where them coins going, especially $2 away from $2K. Okay, we gotta see where this money going. Because think about it, y'all. She said that she logged in because she wanted to see how much left she had to pay on her car. That's the only thing that made you log into your account. Nothing ever told you to log in to see if the money was actually going where it was supposed to go. And when I say that, I'm not referring to the principal. I'm referring to the bank. Okay? Because the fact that you don't even recognize that you can be scammed, period, is crazy. I don't even trust the bank where my money at. I check my account every day. Who goes that long without seeing where their money going? That in itself shows financial irresponsibility. That she don't care as long as she making money, she's not financially responsible. That's what that shows. Because if you're gonna go over a year and a half, she's been having that car for almost a year and a half, depending on when she gave it back. Because I think she gave it back a couple months ago, but she's just now doing this. That's just my opinion. But the fact that you claim you only checked this one time after having it for so long is crazy. Thank you, my love, for being an 8-month member. You say she care now because the money dropping. Facts. Yep. Hey, Miss Laurie. If you do credit repair and didn't repair your own. Child, she even said in the comments, y'all, hold on, let's see. I'm gonna get to it. She said something about remember when she promoted that guy, because like I said, she was promoting credit repair. So this just shows why she in the comments acting like she care and oh she's being educated and now I know, thank y'all, and I'm glad I posted this because everybody's checking their stuff now and da 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 da. A lady say, is some of these comments for me? All she was doing was telling y'all about how she got scammed. Laugh out loud. I really don't think she cares about y'all options. She just letting y'all know what she gonna do on her mama, she said. And she said, and I don't laugh out loud. And don't laugh out loud. Basically saying, I don't care nothing about what y'all saying. That's what she said. And don't laugh out loud. I'm like, these people is crazy. The girl don't even care that y'all even saying this in the comments. That's how you know she just posted that for validation. She don't care about none of that extra stuff. She posted that to get ahead of the bloggers. That's why. She know doggone well she knew what was going on. Acting oblivious behind that type of money, baby, listen. So somebody say she didn't get scammed. That's how auto loans are designed. Is it flawed? Question mark. Yes. It's up to the purchaser, her, to do their research before making the purchase. You have to educate yourself and ask questions. If you have auto payments, you should still check monthly to ensure payments are applied. And that's a fact. Just like I said, you didn't even check to make sure they was going to the bank. How you know that the lender was even getting the payment if you wasn't checking? That's why I say that girl, she got them food, but not us. So somebody say, just like a mortgage, majority goes to interest unless you call and say you want to add additional principal only payments. Check into refinancing it. And she said, wow. But you just posted a couple months ago that you was going house shopping, dream house shopping. Girl, but don't know nothing about how interest and principal rates work. How? I I am flabbergasted. Like how was you touching so much money? That alone, that's scary, y'all. That's scary because if I'm touching that much money, the first thing I'm going to do is to make sure I'm straight with financial literacy. knowing everything, knowing about investing, all of that. That's the first thing anybody should do when they start touching that much money. Because if not, you're going to go broke. Prime example. Just blowing it, just spending it as if, like they say, money don't grow on trees, even though we know paper come from trees. But she was definitely living like it was a bottomless pit. Like the money was a bottomless pit. She probably never thought that money was going to dry up or Facebook was going to stop paying them coins, baby. So, let me see. So somebody said, but if she gives it back, won't that mess credit up because it doesn't matter if you voluntarily give it back or not. It still goes on your credit. Baby, the credit was already bad. Why do y'all think she literally told y'all that she was paying almost $2,000 a month, $2 away from 2,000, plus interest rate was 28 or 29? If that don't scream bad credit, I don't know what does. That's why she don't care. That's why she was so eager to give it back. Because you know somebody with good credit or a decent credit, somebody that knows how credit works and what can affect their credit, they're not going to be so eager and willing to just give a vehicle back knowing that anything like that affects your credit. Baby, she gave them people back that car so fast, which she probably didn't have an option because I'm really starting to think she stopped paying on it because them finances ran low. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she stopped those payments and they came took the car. This is my opinion. I'm not saying that's fact. I'm thinking she had it for, a couple months after she wasn't paying on it because them coins dried up. And then she tried to make the interest situation a big deal after the fact as an excuse to cover up for going broke. That's my opinion. What y'all think? Like I said, I think that the coins dried up and she been stopped making payments. Them people was looking for their vehicle. They ended up getting it. And then she made this video to try to cover the situation up. Like, oh, the interest was too high. Y'all could just come get the vehicle and da 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 da. I think that's what really happened. That's my opinion. Based on everything I'm seeing and the context surrounding the situation. That's my opinion. And she needed something to put out there because she know the bloggers is on her trail. She don't want nobody to know that them coins is drying up, baby. You said bingo. That's exactly what I thought. She stopped paying her car note and they repo her car. That's what I'm thinking, y'all. That's what I'm thinking. Because think about it too. Okay, hold on. Before we go to that. So that lady told her that about the credit. And then she responds and say, yes. In the same way, my credit repair agent, Myron, got my student loans off my credit. He can get that off too. And then the lady said, I need Myron to get my student loans removed. But here's the thing, LaOnya. If he was able to remove your student loans, unless you pay them, they're gonna come back. Okay? Because that's federal, baby. That's Fed. They gonna be back. He might have did some little fugazi stuff to get them removed, but they gonna come back. And if I could recall, excuse me, y'all, I showed y'all a receipt not that long ago where she said she paid her student loans off. So you was really out here making all this money and you wasn't paying nothing. Like, what was your money gone? Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all that receipt. I'm gonna show y'all that receipt. Because if you paid your student loans off, why were they on your credit? Oh,
What does she got? What she got that broke down fucking receipt?
oh, my bad, y'all. I accidentally clicked on Lex Live, y'all. and she was going ham. Not you cussing somebody out. Okay, so that was funny. Okay, let me find that receipt. But hold on, y'all. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I just seen that receipt last night. Here you go. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you paid them, if you paid your student loans off, why would they still be on your credit? Or if even if they own that, there'll be a zero balance, and it wouldn't be affecting your score if you paid them off. So why would you need to remove something that you paid off? Remember, that's how much she lied, and that's why I don't believe. I don't, child. I never believed the whole degree situation. Anyway, to be honest, I never believed that. Not the way she speak, not the way she express herself. You can't tell me, and this just solidified it. The fact that this happened let me know for sure I'm not believing those degrees. I'm sorry. Because ain't no way. Ain't no way. You don't even need a degree to have this type of common knowledge. Um, let's just say facts. I don't believe you can just return a car after a year. They normally give you a short window to return it, like 15 or 30 days. Well, you can return it, but it's a voluntary uh repossession. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called, y'all. So hold on. Yeah, but I think it's called like a voluntary possession, something like that. But that means she's still gonna have to pay it. So you sign a contractual agreement, baby. What you could have might as well kept the vehicle because you still gonna have to pay that money. You still gonna have to pay it. You didn't had it for almost 2 years. You're still gonna have to pay it. I would have just kept the car, or she could have tried to sell it back to the dealership or sell it herself, something. Even though she probably wouldn't have got well, she probably would have been able to get a number, like a figure based on a payout figure. You know how sometimes you pay something out early, you won't have to pay all of the interest or whatever. So she probably could have tried to sell it, or which that would have been hard. A 2021 BMW, ain't nobody was paying that type of money. Mm-mm. Well, I don't believe it. She definitely wouldn't have got the value for it. Voluntary return. Yeah, thank you, Rita. You can return it, but it will call a voluntary return. It will show on your credit as that. Yep, yep. So she could have might as well kept it. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up for the ones in the back, because y'all know I like to provide receipts, right? Y'all remember when everybody was saying her degrees was fake? So she had made a post posting them. And she even tried to lie and say RH threw her degrees away. Try by. RH said he didn't even see them degrees. He never seen them. She could have left them degrees at her daddy house. Certificates. Let me stop saying degrees. Certificates, because that's what it is. Or diploma. That's right. The lady say that's right, Bree. 100. Why he around here saying you pay for fake degrees? Show them up every time, and she put a name. So she comment and say, and I did. I had to pay 160K in student loan. Clock it. And I did. I had to pay 160K in student loan. So if you paid 160K in student loans, why are you around here telling people that Myron got, why I said that man name like that? Why she around here saying Myron got him removed off her credit report? Somebody let me know. They say she said it on that YouTube live she did the other day, Miss Lonnie. Nobody sent me the clip though. I wanted somebody to send me the clip. from when she said that it was paid off. That just show how much she be lying. That girl lie like a rug, child. Lie like a rug just to make it look and sound good. Yup, all refinance, Miss Tessie. She didn't know about none of that. Student loans to the printing website, laugh a lot. Y'all crazy, bro. All right, let me play this so we can get out of here. We almost 2 hours in, y'all. I gotta work on a video too. Voluntary surrender, but she still has to pay for it. They will sell it at an auction and pay the difference, but will still show up on her credit. I work in finance, auto finance, that is. Yep, so will. Thank you for that, Miss Jackie. Hey, Miss Judy. Hey, Sweetness. Okay, so let's play. Hold on. I think I had it. I wonder if this is the full thing. Let me pull up the video. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it, child. Let's see. Preset. I wonder if it's two. Which one is first? Let's see.
Hey y'all, so I finally made it up to a point in my life where I set all my bills on auto pay, right? Yay me. I'm excited because I'm like, yeah, I ain't gotta check, I ain't gotta log in here, log in here, log in here. I ain't gotta check here, check there, check here, check here to see if I made sure I pay this. Cause baby, listen, I will forget.
You will forget. Okay, and I'm gonna be stopping it, y'all, so I can do my commentary. But she said that as if auto pay is a flex. I don't advise. Let me say this first and foremost. I don't advise anybody to sign up for auto pay just because they forget to pay their bills. That's not no. Don't do that. Don't do that because you will find yourself getting scammed if you never check in on none of where. Baby, that's so financially irresponsible. That is so financially irresponsible. Who don't want to check on where their money going? That is crazy. Anybody can get you. Like, I need that video, y'all. I need that screen record. If y'all got it, send it to me. Send it to me on Facebook Messenger. Where she said it was paid off. Because I see a few people saying it. Thank you, Miss Yumika, for my coffee. I appreciate you, my love. Okay.
So I got all my bills set up on auto pay, so I don't have to worry about no bills not being paid, right? So something tells me to go check my car because I want to see how much I have paid on it since I had got it like last year, March, April, February, March, somewhere around that time when I had got my BMW X5. So I checked my Capital One, which is, who I got my van through, and I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, we almost halfway there, almost done. But
almost halfway there and almost done is not the same thing, baby. Almost halfway there and almost done is not the same thing. I think she just said that. What kind of sense does that make to y'all? We almost halfway there, which means that we're not even halfway there. And then she say we almost done. Okay. Okay.
I started to check my BMW, and it said I only paid $5,000. I'm like, no, I'm being scammed because not only am I on auto pay, but I'm paying 19. Let me see. I'm paying 1993, which is a hell of a lot, right? I know. That was the stupidest thing I ever done. But
Okay.
anyway,
That was the stupidest thing I ever done. That's her acknowledging that she knew what her payments were, right? 1993. She didn't even know the actual amount she was paying, y'all, because she's actually paying 1998.62, not 1993. That is so financially irresponsible. You didn't even know the amount of money that was coming. You know what? I'm convinced she wasn't even checking her bank account. Baby, listen, if I was I can only imagine if she gave Janastros access to her debit card or credit card. So I know he was having a blast. Cause she ain't checking them coins, baby. Okay, anybody can get her. That is crazy work. But like I said, she acknowledged the fact that she knew how much she was paying, right? So just off of the strength of that, I would think that you would know how much your interest was. I would think that you would know that. Or even to ask them, well, okay, um, since I'm financing, can you tell me the total amount that I will be paying once the car is paid off? Who don't ask those type of questions? You don't leave that up to them to tell because they're not gonna tell you that. Especially when the numbers is high like that. You need to ask that. Were you not interested in how much you was gonna be paying for this high ass interest rate vehicle? Like because of your credit? The fact that you knew you had bad credit because the interest rate was so high and your monthly note, and you didn't even like no questions were asked. You went in there blind, left out blind. You was that happy to get that type of vehicle, like a ninja that ain't never had nothing, that you didn't ask not one question concerning your coins being spent in that amount. Exactly, Tyrese. I said that at the beginning of the live. That's why she's, scramming through and real adamant about checking now because them coins is low. That's why. But it's not what she's saying not making sense. I think she's just saying stuff to just say it on here. And like I said, my opinion, I feel like them she been gave them people they call back because she could no longer make them payments. And now she's making it a big deal about the interest rate and how much she paid towards the principal and the interest rate. Now she's making it a big deal because she wants it to seem like she gave it back for that reason and not because she could no longer afford it. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. And I got a feeling it's gonna come out. The truth gonna come out. I got a feeling. I got a feeling the truth will come out. Okay? While she over there was digging up people evictions and stuff, when you got you come and give your own tea so you can get on top of it before anybody else spill it. That's some crazy work. That's some crazy work. But that's my personal opinion, y'all. That's my personal opinion. She gave the more expensive vehicle back because she could no longer afford it, and she kept the one that was cheaper, which is her other vehicle. And she don't want people to say that the bag is low, even though we already know that. You can tell, like I said, you could tell just off of the fact that look how much she downsized house wise when she actually needs the space. It's 8 of them if you count her dad. It's 9 if you count her daddy and Janasha staying with her. That's 9 people. That's 9 people. So she needed that space. That's when first let us know it was something going on financially over there. But to say that you wasn't privy to none of this information, it's hard to believe that. Either you're that financially irresponsible or you pulling the wool. That's what I think. You was just trying to get on top of this because you don't want people to know what's really going on. That them coins is leaving. Them coins is disappearing or them disappeared. That's what I think. That's what I think. Ain't no way. Even if she a little slow, it's no way I'ma believe that this girl wasn't privy to none of this information. When she just acknowledged the fact that she was paying a 1998, and I know that was dumb. That was a dumb decision. So you knew that much, but you didn't know why your note was so high. Child by. She knew that. She didn't care at that point in time because she was making the money, y'all. You making $49,000, $50,000, $60,000 a month. Why would you care about paying a $2,000 note? Who gonna care about that? They don't even put a dent in that type of income. That's why she didn't say nothing back then. She knew what was going on. She just didn't say nothing because the money was moneying. The coins was coining. That one don't sound right, but y'all know what I'm saying. She didn't say nothing because she had the coins back then. If I'm making $50,000, $60,000 a month, of course you can afford to pay 1998, $2,000 on a 2021 BMW with probably 30,000 miles, 40,000 miles on it. Of course you can afford to pay that, even with bad credit. Knowing you know, you don't want to purchase it outright because you thinking if you hold on to your coins, they're gonna last longer. But any smart business minded person knows that the longer you hold on to the money, the quicker you spend it. Okay? Unless you invest it. She could have just bought that car. Because if she paid, hold on. Because I want to say they said she paid like 23,000. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. Let me see something. Because I can literally tell y'all right now if she been gave the car back. Thank you, Miss Pat, for that cash app blessing. I appreciate you, my love. I can tell y'all if she gave, hold on. 1998, 62. Where's the screenshot where it say the balance? How much she paid total? Okay, balance paid. It says 5,827 and 16 cents. Do anybody know how much she paid towards the interest? Because I see where it says she paid $5,827.16 towards the principal. How much did she pay towards the interest? Anybody know? Anybody seen that? Because I heard people saying she paid like 23,000 and something. Wait, no, it might be on that screenshot. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Y'all know one thing about me. I'm a clock some T baby. Hold on. Let's see. Where's that screenshot? Okay, here it is. Okay, let's clock it. Let's clock it real quick, y'all. So in the post of the video, the caption it says, I made it to the point in life where I can put my bills on auto pay and was scammed. I have had my BMW X5 for a year now. She actually had it. Wait, hold on. It could be a year because like I said, I think she been gave it back. But if we looking at when she got it back in February of 2024, y'all. We are literally, you can say May because tomorrow is May. So that means that you've been having it for almost a year and a half, unless you've been gave the vehicle back, right? Clock that. Hold on to that, y'all. So she said, I have had my BMW X5 for a year now, and you mean to tell me paying $19.98 a month, which is already crazy, is only showing I paid a little over $5K for my car in a year? Angry face. No way y'all can come get it now. 1998 times 12 equals 23,000. Child, y'all. $23,976. And it's not showing at all, right? So, hold on. 1998 times 12. And if you listen to her, even in the video, she says she got it back in February, March. But she actually got it in February, the end of February of 2024, and she started paying on it in March. Because you know you don't start paying till the next month or sometimes 2 months later, depending on whatever agreement you got with the dealership or the lender. But that's when she got it. She stated that in this live also, y'all. So if she only paid on it for 12 months, that means she been stopped making payments. Clock it. She posted this herself. While you out here trying to make it seem like you just told these people to come get that car, you ain't paid on that car all year. If she only paid on it for 12 months, because that's what she posted, then that means she stopped paying the note back in February, y'all. Because February to February is 12. That's an exact year. She stopped paying on this vehicle back in February 2025. We are in May. Tomorrow is May 1st. Clock it. Clock it. Truth says say 1998 times 12, 23,976. 23,976 minus 5K towards the car, 18K towards interest. Clock it. But clock the fact that she stopped paying on this vehicle February 2025. The beginning of this year, she stopped paying on this vehicle. So February, she didn't make payments. February 2025, March 2025, April, and then we're about to be in May. So it's gone on the 4th month that she hasn't made a payment on this vehicle. Make it make sense. I don't think nobody paid attention to that part, but we clocked it, y'all. She stopped paying on that car back in February of 2025, the beginning of this year. Tomorrow is May 1st. Why is she acting like she just told them people to come get that car? Didn't I just tell y'all she could no longer afford it? Didn't I just say she's trying to get in front on top of this because she don't want the bloggers or anybody to clock their tea and make it seem like the money is running low, even though we already know that's what it is. I literally just said that. I said she did this to make it seem like she made those people come get it because of the interest. It's no way in HELL you could tell me that this grown woman was not aware of her interest rate. Now I'm gonna give her because she is, she do, try not to be petty. She do move like she a little slow. So I'm gonna give her not knowing that most of the money will go towards the interest first. I'm gonna give her that. But I also think she was well aware of the interest rate. She acknowledged that she was aware of how much she was going to be paying monthly. So even you acknowledging your monthly note and knowing that your credit is bad, you can't tell me you wasn't privy to the information that your interest rate will be high when you got a bad ass credit score. You can't tell me, little miss, let me sell y'all some credit repair and teach y'all generational wealth, how to get generational wealth. Didn't know that a bad credit score is equivalent to a high interest rate. You couldn't tell me that. That we that oblivious. Ain't no way, y'all. It's no way. And then when I make my video, I'm gonna break it down so y'all can see it. Like see the receipts in front of y'all that this girl stopped paying on this back in February, the beginning of this year. But now you out here. Oh, I told come get it. Come get it now. Girl, you been gave that car back. All right, hold on. I wouldn't be surprised if she ain't stopped paying on it before February. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just giving her February because of her numbers. She said she paid on it for 12 months. Well, if you only paid 12 months worth of notes, if you got it back in February 2024, baby, we are literally in May. It's not adding up. That means you've been stopped paying those people. So why are you making it like such an outrage Smile. Motive. Let me get on top of this. Bingo, SD. Ain't no scam. Ain't no scam. Because if it was a scam, why weren't you outraged when you stopped paying these people back in February or before? Why is a scam in May, but not when you initially? You know what? This is too easy. Okay, let's go back and finish playing this clip, y'all, so I can get up off here because we over 2 hours, y'all. I gotta make a video. All right, where did we stop?
Hey y'all, so I finally made it up to a point in my life where I set all my bills on auto pay, right? Yay me. I'm excited because I'm like, yeah, I ain't gotta check, I ain't gotta log in here, log in here, log in here. I ain't gotta check here, check there, check here, check here to see if I made sure I pay this, because baby, listen, I will forget. So I got all my bills set up on auto pay, so I don't have to worry about no bills not being paid, right? So something tells me to go check my car because I want to see how much I have paid on it since I had got it like last year, March, April, February, March, somewhere around that time when I had got my BMW X5. So I checked my Capital One, which is, who I got my van through. And I'm like, okay, we almost halfway there, almost done. But I decided to check my BMW, and it said I only paid $5,000. I'm like, no, I'm being scammed. Because not only am I on auto pay, but I'm paying 19. Let me see.
Clock it.
I'm paying $19.93, which is a hell of a lot, right? I know. That was the stupidest thing I ever done. But anyways, I'm paying $19.
No, the stupidest thing you ever done was come bring your business to the internet. Okay.
$93 a month for my BMW X5. And y'all telling me that since last year of March, I only paid $5,000 towards my car. So I'm gonna chat like, y'all can have this thing back. Cause y'all ain't about to scam me no more. I'm not about to pay another year of $19.93 a month. And it seems like it's not going towards nothing.
Y'all not about to scam me no more, right? Y'all not about to scam me no more. As if as if she wasn't riding around in them people vehicles. Typically when something is a scam, you don't get nothing in return. You were ripped off, baby. You weren't scammed. When you scam, you don't get something in return, like a car or a house. No. You was riding a nice ass BMW to say you were scammed. You were ripped off because you shorted yourself. You caught the short end of the stick because you didn't educate yourself or try to be financially responsible enough to know where your money is going. You can't put that on them people. They don't owe you that. Your parents never told you that. Listen, that's not how life works. You don't get shortcuts in life. If you don't try to educate yourself as an adult, you're going to have a hard knock life. Now I see why RH had to control and was trying to be in control of everything. Because child, look at the mistakes you making without your husband. I see why he would be frustrated. Because ain't no way. I'd be crying, okay? But we know why. Because like I said, y'all, girl, you stopped paying on this car since the beginning of this year. Why are you trying to make it seem like you've been scammed months later? As if you just told them people to come get that car yesterday. Them people better pay attention. Thank you, Miss Valerie, for that Cash App blessing, my love. Shout out to you. Okay, let's see.
Interest. Like, it's not going towards the payment. It's not going to. Listen, I don't know. I don't know. I made it to the point in life where I started making money, and I had a lot of dumb decisions, and I'm still.
Here you go. Clock this right here. What she say, y'all. I made it to the point in life where I didn't start making a hell of a lot of money and making dumb decisions. This is what she really wanted to say. The car situation, that been happening. She's basically getting her supporters ready for what's to come. That's what I see. From the patterns of behavior and all of that, everything that's been transpiring with her, that's what I see. She's getting her supporters ready for what's to come. Because it's about to be a big shift, a big change. I wouldn't be surprised if she don't move back in with her daddy. Back there to North Carolina. I would not be surprised. But she's telling on herself right here. Because when you being deceptive, even when somebody's being deceptive, y'all, pay attention because God will literally make some truths come out. But you have to be smart enough to catch it, right? You got to be smart enough to catch it. This is deceptiveness written all over it. This whole car situation. Not saying it didn't happen, but it didn't happen yesterday. Okay? But when she say she made some dumb financial decisions, that was the truth. Pay attention. Let me run it back.
Learning, still growing, and I'm learning. It seems like it's not going towards nothing but interest. Like it's not going towards the payment. It's not going to. Listen, I don't know.
The fact that she don't know that the interest is part of her payment is crazy. The interest, do she even know what interest means? She says it's not going towards the payment. Interest is part of it. Guess what, ma'am? The reason why your interest was high is because your credit was bad. And that means that, okay, if we're going to trust you with our money, if we're going to buy this vehicle for you in advance with our coins, we need to see some money back, okay? We need a little extra. That's all interest is, extra. We need to see some extra on top of what we putting out there because you, by your credit score, is clearly not financially responsible. You ain't paying your bills on time. You ain't this, you ain't that. That's why they pull a credit report. So they can see how responsible you are financially. So when they seen your credit report and how piss poor it was, that's when they decided to hit you with that interest rate. But to say that, oh, it ain't going towards the car, it's going, baby, that interest is a part of it. Had you would have read your paperwork, and that's common knowledge. Like you're paying the extra. They getting they extra in the front. Okay? That's what it is. Let me get the extra on in the front first. And then we're gonna pay towards the principal. What it's actually worth. Or what they actually charge you for. I don't understand how she not know that. Like, regardless if it's principal or interest, you still gotta pay it. You still gotta pay it because you signed up for it. You signed the contractual agreement for that vehicle and everything that came with it, including interest and principal. You signed for it. You just didn't read your paperwork. That's it. Nor did you give this vehicle back yesterday. You been stop paying them people. Keep it above. Keep it above. You yourself told on yourself by saying you only paid 12 months. February to February is 12 months. We in May. May is tomorrow. So that means you've been stopped paying on it, but now you're outraged. Make it make sense.
Oh no. I made it to the point in life where I started making money, and I had a lot of dumb decisions, and I'm still learning, still growing, and I'm learning. But that was the dumbest mistake ever. But I'm here to tell you, y'all can have that car back. I will willfully bring the car back to the parking lot so y'all can have it. On my mama, on my soul, I'm not even playing. Because how have I had it for damn near, it's been a year now. And you telling me I only paid $5,000? I'm not playing with y'all. I'm on the app with them right now. I'm not playing with y'all. Is y'all crazy?
Or another thing too, y'all, is if y'all notice, She's driving. She's not in that BMW. She's in her other vehicle. Because the BMW looks totally different from the inside. It's peanut butter seats. So she's not in it, right? Either they been got the vehicle back because she stopped making payments at the beginning of the year or before. I'm going off of what she put out there, right? Or she been having it sitting and she stopped making payments at the beginning of the year and they then started buckling down on her to repossess it. And that's when she became outraged yesterday because they wanted to come get it. And before anybody else could clock her teeth, she came and got on top of it and said, I'm giving it back because of the interest rate. Either or. It could be either or. But either or, she knew what she was doing. Okay, let's run the other piece.
Y'all let me know if y'all make sure y'all checking what y'all checking. I don't know. People be I didn't know that you could make payments and it only go towards interest, honey. When I set up auto pay, I thought that it was gonna go to the car payment or whatever and whatever else it goes.
It's not only going towards the interest. That's the crazy part. Like initially, but it's gonna start going toward. And here's the thing: this is why you educate yourself because then you become aware that it's ways to fool the system, especially when your interest rate is so high. You could have been splitting those payments in half. Long as they receiving that money monthly, that amount that you signed to, which was $19.98, as long as they're receiving that monthly, you good. And you could have put it where, okay, well, I want to pay twice a month. Let me pay this amount, 900 something at the beginning and 900 something at the end. I want this 900 something to go towards the interest and this 900 something to go towards the principal. That's it. But you didn't even care about that because you were so adamant about driving off in a BMW to stun on social media that you didn't care. She was so adamant about flexing, she didn't care. Because I still remember when she did the video when she first got it. I think she deleted it though. Because it was another vehicle, not just the one where she was showing it off in the parking lot. It was another one that she did. If I'm not mistaken, her dad was there. And she was bragging and this and that. I just don't remember. I think she deleted that. That could be it, Mila. Definitely from that paperwork. Definitely from that paperwork. But it could also be because of them trying to repossess that car too. It could also be because of that, y'all.
To automatically. But apparently I gotta log in and make sure that it's not just going to interest, that it's going towards the car. Which don't make sense. If my payment is $19.93, then I would think that it automatically would go to where it needs to go.
How does it not make sense? She said it don't make sense because of the amount, y'all. She said which it don't make sense because she said apparently I have to log in to make sure it's going where it needs to go. Ain't that common sense? Correct me. Like even bump the making a payment. Why wouldn't you want to log in just to make sure your money is going to the right place? Period. Meaning the right bank. Because you could have been getting scammed for real, not checking to see where them payments going. That's why I'm confused. And still owed $100K. And the crazy part, if you log into the account, you can see the balance that's owed. She posted the screenshot. That's why I say I don't believe this girl is that slow to where she ain't logged into that account not one time after having that vehicle for over a year. You can't tell me she that slow and that trusting that she wouldn't log into that account to make sure where the money is going where it needs to go. Ain't no way. And if she did, she need to hire somebody to be financially responsible for her. Because baby, that's bad business. You in trouble. If you move like this with your finances, you're in trouble. Okay? Period. That's anybody.
Lesson learned. Won't be a dummy no more. Won't spend no foolish money on nothing else. I am learning.
Yeah, because it's high. I highly doubt you're gonna be getting the money you was once getting. So you ain't gonna have it to spend like that anyways. The way Facebook's shutting down and ain't paying people.
I'm learning. But moral of the story, y'all can get this thing back. And that's on my soul. So y'all see I just posted the screenshots, right? Now she asked me, kindly confirm the reason you are returning the vehicle. I said I have had the car for a full year and it's only showing I paid $5,000. I've been paying $19.94, which was wrong, $19.98 for every month for an entire year. In no way I only paid $5,000. She said I totally understand. Kindly note a state required letter may be sent before your vehicle can be picked up. Ma'am, what? This is a scam.
No, it's not a scam, baby. It's the fact that you didn't think it's okay. The way she's talking, y'all, she's talking as if she didn't think that they would have any interest. How could you not know that this is not your first vehicle? That you didn't return one because you had that Mercedes. You didn't pay that one out either. And that one, if I'm not mistaken, was the one that was co-signed by her daddy. This girl that had multiple rented vehicles. The only vehicle she probably ever owned was that white van she pulled up in on RH with them cheering. But the fact that you're acting so oblivious and not knowing none of this information, and this is not your first vehicle that you have rented, and I'm pretty sure if your credit was bad to get this one, it been bad. Okay, it's crazy. Like I don't understand it. It's given she's it's like she's acting like she wasn't privy to what interest is at all, or how interest works, or just interest. Period. What did you like, y'all? I don't know what to say.
So no reasoning at all. Not, oh sorry, ma'am. I see here you did pay over 11K. Nothing. This man.
They're not going to tell you that because you're not the first and you won't be the last. It was up to you to make sure the what is what. That was your job, not theirs. When you see a sucker lick it, you got ripped off, not scammed. And I keep saying it's a difference. Because if you were scammed by these people, take them to court. If you feel like you were really scammed, take them to court. Even though we all know you're going to lose because it was your responsibility to read that paperwork. And I think you did. Like I said, I feel like she knew how much she was going to have. Well, she admitted to knowing her monthly note. She said that was a dumb decision. She knows. So the fact that you knew that, and they tell you your interest rate when you sign in your contract, they tell you all of that. Either it went over your head or you was that in a rush to drive off in that BMW to where you didn't even pay attention to what the people said because at the time your money was moneying and you just signed them papers and got out of it. That's what it's given. But stop trying to act like these people bamboozled you or fooled you when you knew exactly what was going on. You knew your credit was bad. You know that an interest rate is high when your credit is bad. You knew you was renting this car. You knew you needed co-signers before this car. So come on now, like she can play in y'all face, but not mine. Okay? And this lady ain't said nothing wrong. She act like the lady was supposed to apologize to her or something. It's given automated. That's what it's given. Cause baby, if I really felt like I was scammed, I'm on the phone. I ain't messaging you with no nothing. I'm on the phone with you and I'm recording our conversation. If I really felt like I was scammed, by this lender. Why is she in an automated chat type situation with these people and not calling on the phone? Who do y'all know in their right mind that's gonna be claiming being scammed? I feel like they scam and not be more outraged. Or that easy to give their car back. Child, they have to find that car. If I paid that much on the car, I'm not giving y'all nothing. She was too easy and willing to get that car back after paying it out. If you ask me, because if you didn't pay 23,000, baby, you didn't bought a car. Not a BMW, but you definitely bought a cheaper. You probably could have paid your key off with that 23.
Yeah, yeah. Come get it. Bye. I'm done. Sign, seal, delivered.
And then she telling social media to come get it. Tell them that. That's y'all. It's all about that validation. I keep telling y'all that. Come get it. Everything is about public validation. It's a reason why she posted it and did it the way she did it. Even though she been stopped paying the notes on that vehicle since the beginning of the year, and that came from her. Just look at her multiplication on her caption. If you only paid it for 12 months and you got it last February, then that shows you've been stopped paying. Why the outrage now? Even though we know why. So let me say this and we're gonna jump off, y'all. Make sure y'all hitting the like button for your girl. So Allie Messenger. I know if I'm scammed, I ain't gonna be talking to nobody through no messenger. We're gonna be on the phone and I'm gonna be recording. Okay? So the messenger, the automated messenger says, all right, kindly confirm the reason you are returning the vehicle. My thing is too, why you didn't show the rest of the messages? Why she only showed this portion? Because if you look at the top, you can see where it says right above, all right, kindly confirm the reason you are returning the vehicle. You can see right above it where it says read 15 minutes ago. So what was the messages before that one? I would like to know. So she said, had the car a full year and it's only showing I paid 5K. Then it says read 13 minutes ago. And then she say, I've been paying not $19.94 a month. No way I only paid 5K. She's not even really outraged, y'all. That it is given willingly gave the vehicle back because I could no longer afford it. That's it, that's all. And then the messenger says, I totally understand. Kindly note a state required letter may be sent before your vehicle can be picked up. Please allow 7 to 10 business days after you return the signed form or for the state required letter to expire for the provider to make contact to arrange the pickup, right? She says, okay. Where's the outrage with the people that scammed you? Like the outrage you had on the video you posted about being scammed. I'm confused because if you notice when she was speaking in the video clip, clock it. When she showed this message in the clip, she was like, and y'all, I told him I had the car a full year and it only showing 5K. And the lady responded and said, I totally understand, or whatever she said responded. But you responded and said, okay. After she told you that, you said, okay. So if you felt like these people were scamming you, why you didn't tell them they were scamming? And we're going to end on that note. If she felt like she was being scammed, why you told social media and not the lender? Clock that. All right, y'all. We're going to end here. I love you guys. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Wednesday. I heard my big boy just came in the house. I'm going to go run in there and make sure, because I heard my niece too, and I made banana pudding and Oreo pudding last night, and I know they going straight to them pans. So I'm They finna try to eat all my shit. Listen, I'm about to go catch them because I can hear them in there now. But I love y'all, and I'll see you guys later. I don't know. I ain't going live tonight. I'm gonna make a video for y'all. I'm about to start working on it now, and I'll be back live tomorrow. Love you guys. Wait, hold on. My bad, y'all. I forgot about my supers. Give me a second. Thank you, Mila, my love. You say post a child for having an IQ and credit score that share the same thing. 60 hashtag credit despair. You is crazy. Thank Miss Evian. Thank you, Pratt Bro. You say afternoon. Tupac and chat. I appreciate you guys. Queen Money Stove Gang in the building. Big facts. My Karen, of course. My Umika. My Karen again. And the soul of a woman. Shout out to you for being an 8-month member. I love y'all, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
That goes by. People always ask me why black holes. Listen up, baby girl, shit, I'm about to let you know why I always got a black holes. Whoa. They talking shit up in my comments. Yeah. They don't know, but I'm about to block them. Cause every day I block hoes. They be being shady, yeah. Whoa. Cause you know I block hoes, baby. In different area codes, baby. You never know, but I block